Hey guys, we're back in the workshop and today I've got a really cool project for you because we are building a Karambit knife. I don't often build Karambit knives because in Germany we are not allowed to carry them outside because they are categorized as a weapon. We are allowed to own them, so we are allowed to have them in our home and play around with them, but I still wanted to show you how you can build one. So now I am in the grinding room and I want to quickly talk about how to grind a recurve. So when you're grinding a recurve, the problem with the recurve is that you're having point of contact right here and a point of contact right here. And this area where the recurve is won't get touched by the belt. So you cannot grind it in a standard way. So when I grind my recurves, I grind on the corners of the belt or of the contact wheel. So you tilt the knife just a little bit and then you follow through and then you can feather it in. But you have to be careful that you don't tip your knife too far in this direction. So to grind this corner off. So I always like to grind just like that. And then for the other side, just like that. And then you don't get weird belt bites and then you're getting a nice uniform edge in the end. To make those videos as interesting as possible, I try to clip everything quite quickly and have everything in around about 10 minutes so you can have a nice enjoyable video to watch. But if you're interested in a full video on how to grind a bevel, hollow grinding, flat grinding, convex grinding, just drop it down below into the comments so I can make also a video about that. Before I'm going to finalize the grind, I have to heat treat that knife, and after the heat treat I can thin down the blade and give it its final shape. Now that the Karambit is hardened and tempered, I can finalize the grind. So for the final grind of this knife, I took the edge super thin and it was a real pleasure to grind it. But you have to be really carefully so you don't overheat the tip or the edge of the knife after the heat treatment because you don't want to blow your temper. Now an aluminum oxide belt on my belt grinder so I can grind those nice plunge lines in. Now that the Karambit is finished ground, I can start working on the handle. And I just found a piece of fat carbon that can fit right into that knife, and that's really cool because this material looks amazing. My typical videos are build videos on a full build knife, but if you're interested in just small steps like how to set up a handle, how to glue up a handle, how to use screws with a handle, just drop it down below into the comments and I could maybe start like a series where I explain everything part by part. So now that the handle scales are fitted up with the screws, I can start working on the final shape of the handle. Grinding this fat carbon was actually a really pleasure. It's really easy to grind, but you just have to be careful that you wear respirator and all that kind of stuff because you don't want to have any kind of carbon fiber in your lungs. The same goes with G10, so please always wear respirators and all your safety equipment. If you want to know more about how to make rock pattern, I have made a full video where I explain the whole process in one video so you can learn it as well, because it is a really cool finish and I love it. If you already made it so far into this video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and write a cool comment so I can see that you're there. Sharpening the Karambit is a little bit more tricky because of the recurve, so you can't just put it on a flat stone and then just sharpen it, so therefore I had to grind it or sharpen it on my belt grinder, which I normally don't like to do, but I ran my belt grinder super slow and then I got a really nice result, because you don't want to blow your temper on the knife, and then you can just strop it and then you have a really nice and sharp knife. Alright guys, so the Karambit is done and I would love to hear your opinion on a Karambit. Would you carry it if it would be allowed in Germany, or there are other countries where you're allowed to carry a Karambit? Would you carry it? Do you think it's practical to have a knife like that? Just drop it down into the comments. If you're interested in more content like that, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, write a comment so YouTube knows that I'm finally here, and we'll see us next Friday.